What's up, guys? I got another car flip coming your way. This is a 2010 Silverado crew cab. The crew cabs are worth a ton of money nowadays because everybody wants a truck for their family. This one's four-wheel drive, it's got 147,000 miles on it. Seems to have no issues except for rust. And then after that, the KBB on it's 12,000 and that is 14,000. Real good profit. So let's head on down to Farmington, Vermont. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Jeff recording.
Farmington, New Hampshire.
Farmington, New Hampshire. I'm driving the 2020 company truck, not mine. Take a look at that. Yeah, this is a base model. It's a company truck, it's not mine. Anyway, yeah, I'll be there soon.
Well, I got another one, another Chevy. I ended up buying it for $37.50. It's a good looking truck. I'll show you around it when we get home. I think it's a good price for it, and I think we're going to turn a pretty big profit. Driving it home on the smooth roads, it actually feels really good. There's no steering wheel chatter, no wheel bearing noise. I can hear a little bit of tire band noise from the back right tire, I think, but that's it. So feels pretty good here. I'm amazed at how well these freaking Chevys run and shift while the rest of them rusts away. I mean, pretty much every truck I get, if it's a Chevy, runs and shifts and drives like brand spanking new. And then the rust just eats it up. But overall, I think this is a really, really, really solid candidate and a good truck for $37.50, which is what I ended up paying for it. And I think when you see it in the daylight, you're gonna be surprised at how cheap it was for how good it looks. Well, as you guys may have saw, the truck made it home last night. I'm gonna take it down to the warehouse so we can do a little bit of rust work to it, and then I'll show you more around it. But basically the only rust is here on the bed. Even the rockers are in pretty good shape. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do down at the warehouse. But first, let's see if it starts. It's been about a week and it's, I think, 4 degrees outside. So we'll see how she does, if the battery's good, if the engine's good and everything. There she goes. Starters always sound a little weird when it's cold out. This is the 4.8 liter, not the 5.3. And it do sound like it's running good. Yeah, it's just been sitting here for a while. I did drive it to the dump once, but other than that, I have not driven it for a while. So we're gonna take it to the car wash, get this salt off of it. It does have a nice crew cab to fit all my tools. So I brought this truck down to the warehouse. This one's honestly pretty good shape. I only need to really get the interior clean and take care of these bed sides, which the guy included these little metal things, metal slip over fenders that I'm gonna try to weld on and make it look good. Truck's really not rusty. See the bumper, usually those rust through. Usually if they're rusty, the tailgates stop working. Well, hang on a second. There you go. It's just a little it's a little bit stuck, but tailgate works. This side, same story. But the rockers are still intact. They're getting surface rust, but a lot of times if you have running boards, they'll protect the rockers a little bit because the stuff that comes up hits the running boards instead of the rocker panels, depending on how rusty the car is. It's got some cool aftermarket rims on it too, and it is a sharp looking Chevy. Pretty sharp. This passenger side rocker's in even better shape than the driver's side. It's just got a little bit on the door there, but cab corner, I mean, nothing wrong with it there. Frame looks solid too. There's the frame rail, as you can see. Let's go back here too. See that rail? So it's a solid little truck, just needs a couple of things. First thing I'm gonna do, cut this a little bit to size, then we'll try to weld it on and make it look cool, look nice at least. All right, well, we're gonna cut that out. You can probably see the line I drew. Let's hope we don't mess up. Otherwise, I guess I'm gonna be out probably $1,000 for a new bed. I'm gonna prep it for welding. The patient has been prepped. It is now time for the surgery. So clearly my measuring skills need some work because we got some giant gaps here. Nothing a little body filler can't fix. Back here is not so bad. You can see my little beads that I put on. Oh yeah, there's a gap there. There's my beads. And then up here is where it starts to get, woo! But yeah, we'll add the filler and then sand it down and see how it looks after that, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna sand this. Got that first layer of Bondo sanded down. Let's add the second layer, see how it turns out. This side is sanded down, and I think that's going to be pretty much it now. I just got to add the paint. Well, first I got to go wash it again and add the paint, but as you can see, it's looking pretty much, if you ignore the color difference, it's smooth and flush with the body and how it should be. Let's go continue the other side now. All right, we got a cut. Let's do the welding prep. All right, and here it is. Just some crappy tack welds, but on there well. So let's Bondo it up and then paint it. So the driver's side, I haven't sanded it down yet, so we'll just let that dry. And while we wait for that to dry, I figure I'll clean out the interior. I already took off this seat cover. The seat's pretty dirty, as you can see. Turn on my flash. This has got the camo seat cover on. I'm going to take it off just because a lot of people would prefer to buy a truck with the original upholstery. Just vacuum back here, make it all clean. Well, I vacuumed the whole interior. There's a lot of dog hair that I couldn't get out, but I'll show you it back at my house in the better lighting, I suppose. For now, let's keep working on the rust. Time for me to sand down the other side now. So this side is all sanded down now. Looks pretty flush with the body. You can see there's a ton of dust on the truck, and this warehouse does not have a hose hookup, so I'm gonna quickly run down to the car wash off all the dust, then we'll add the primer, add the paint, and go from there, see what else this truck needs. But it looks like it's gonna be a really quick flip for me, which is what we want. Oh, I hate the car wash on a Saturday. Holy smokes, it's gonna be probably 30 minutes till I get in. Woo, well I was right, 30 minutes, but she cleaned now. Let's head back to the warehouse. All right, I'm gonna prime it best I can. I got this paint, Duplicolor. I do not think it is exactly the right color, but we're gonna add it first, and if it's not the right color, we will fix it tomorrow with the different color, I guess. That's an extremely light coat, but I'll let that dry first just so I don't get any droplets down the side, because that would be really annoying to deal with. Gonna let this side dry now. I think I'm gonna run out of paint. I only got one can because I thought it would be the wrong color. Well, now it's pretty clear to see that color doesn't match. Not even really close. But that's gonna be a problem for tomorrow, because for tonight I'm gonna head home. Let's see. The panel is flush. It would look nice if it was the right color. All right, I'm going home. I'll be back in a second. Well, guess what, guys? The paint arrived. It got a little bit delayed. Oops, I'm not showing my shipping address. It got a little bit delayed due to the storms down south, but it came here today, so we're headed back into the warehouse, as you can see, and I'm gonna paint her up. In the meantime, while I was waiting for the paint, I did go and get it inspected. Because even if it's not the right color, it'll still pass inspection, because at least the rust is covered up. What else did I do? Yeah, there you see. I also changed out, see these rims, how they're different? So basically on my new 2015 Silverado, I wanted snow tires and more aggressive ones. And these, if you recall, this had some pretty cool rims on it. So I switched the rims over, and now I'm just gonna sell the truck with these rims on it, because it looks fancy. And I like the other black rims better. Plus the other black rims are worth more. Anyway, that's all I've done. Now let's go paint it. Here's the paint. It's tiny, but I got 4 cans, so hopefully it's enough. Let's go. So I brought it outside quickly to see how the colors were matching. It looks like it's getting a bit of a match. I got another layer of paint on there. It obviously needs to be polished if you want it to look real good. But that's probably all I'm gonna do. So I just drove home on my dirt roads, and look, once you get a little bit of dirt on her, can't even tell the color difference. Well, since I showed you the whole process so far, buying, driving it home, fixing it up, I figure I might as well show you the selling process. So it's 8:30 tonight, about a week after I've finished fixing it all up. I listed it for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and the buyer's coming tonight. They're going to be paying $6,500 for it. I'm all into this truck. I'm about $4,100 into it, so a little over $2,000 profit for couple of weeks of work. Not a bad little gig. This is a really good truck, and $6,500 for it is a really good deal for the buyer. And so it's another win-win, because this truck books for $11,000 on Kelley Blue Book and like $12,000 on Nata. So, you know, the buyer's getting a good deal, and I'm happy too.